Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach, coming to you live from the Greatness Factory. Monday, I know it's Monday, man. I know it's Monday to start your week off, start your day off. But you know what? I got to go to Knoxville and Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then head to Dallas, Texas this week. So I had to bring the thunder to you on Monday. And today I'm talking how to challenge your prospects to get off the fence. How do you build a momentum? How do you have the $1 million follow-up? How do you get a person who's interested in your services to commit? Because guess what? We can't help you until you commit. And every day we don't take action, we're losing momentum. And that's what today's show is about. How to get you prospects off the fence by challenging them to take action and to stop and think. I'm Michael Burt. You're watching Super Coach. Hey guys, this is Coach Michael Burt. I am so glad you joined me for Super Coach. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe a good coach will have conversations with you don't want to have, make you do some things you don't want to do, help you become something you didn't think you could become. You see, you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. You can't reach your own potential without the help of another person helping you break through those ceilings of success. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and I'm going to find the kryptonite in your life, and I'm going to do it on this show, Super Coach. Hey there, welcome back, Super Coach. Every week I come into your life to really do three things, and I want you to think multiply, accelerate. And I pick a topic that is hot. I pick a topic that is interesting. I pick a topic that people really need. And one of the biggest things I see as a coach to lots of people, real estate, mortgage, insurance, anything in a saturated and commoditized industry related to growth, related to sales, one of the biggest things I see is I got people that are interested in my services, but I can't get them off the fence. Okay? And what you really need is a key understanding of the sales cycle of how we push a person to make a buying decision. Because here's what you got to know about closing a person, about collecting a credit card, about signing up a document. Here's what you got to know. I can't help you until you commit. And once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. See, I can't transfer all of my knowledge and all of my skill and all of my desire and all of my confidence to you until you commit to me. And once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail, right? And when you understand that about closing a person and you believe 100% in your product or service and how it can drastically change the trajectory of another person's life, then you got no problem saying, to get started, we're going to need your credit card. To get started, we're going to need to sign up. To get started, we're going to need a commitment. This is not a one-sided relationship where we do all the work and you complain about it. This is a vested partnership where you and I are in it together. That's why it talks about in the book of John in the Bible where the sower and the reaper enjoy the harvest together. But right now, I want you to stop, and we got lots of people online. I'm going to give a shout-out to all of those people that are watching. Tracy Hilder, Lily Munoz, Anthony Capullo, Tom Love, Scott Abernathy, Nathan Horn, Stephen Walker, Clayton Tank Whitaker, Tyler Asher. You all got people sitting in the fence right now. We all do. There is no telling how much money that is sitting in the pipeline right now, what we call the farm club. These are people that you're farming, you're cultivating, that we haven't closed. And I want you to imagine if that money transferred from their account to your account today. If a commitment started today, see, we kicked off some new partnerships today. We're signing up some new monster producers today. We're getting some people off the fence today. What's your today decision? Well, one of the biggest things you have to do is challenge prospects to get off the fence. So I want you to understand this. The sales cycle starts like this. We identify people that we believe we can help. Our people identify us as we can help them. Those are suspects, right? We then have to get their attention. And we get it in a number of ways. Proof of concept, association, videos, text messaging, Facebook. We get their attention, and then we have to share our explanation of services. Here's what we believe. Here's why we believe it. Here's what we do. Here's how we do it different, right, Tom Love? Here's how we do it better than everybody else. Okay, Scott Abernathy. Here's how we do it better than everybody else. Hey, we'd love to do it for you. What's stopping us from moving forward? Well, when you ask that question about what's stopping us from moving forward, guess what happens? Then they stall. And so they're stuck between the prospect and the client phase. Okay? And they're sitting on the fence, and they're interested in you, and you're interested in them, and there was a moment of attraction, but they can't pull the trigger. Okay? So why can't they pull the trigger? Why are they in a stall? Well, they're in a stall because it was cotton candy. They were attracted. You ever ate cotton candy before? Jack, you ever had some cotton candy? Tastes good for a second, and then it goes away. I was attracted to you. I was interested in you, but now I ain't interested anymore. Now I'm interested in something else that got my attention, okay? So here's all the reasons people stall. One, they were attracted, and then it's cotton candy. They really weren't attracted. They were only attracted for a second. Number two, they're going to have what most stats say 5.4 conversations with other people. So, I'd like to get a coach. I know I'd like to play at a next level. And then they're going to talk to their brother and their cousin and their mom and their dad and their kids. And, they're going to meditate on it and medicate on it and pray about it and think about it and argue about it. Once they have this feeling of interest, then they're going to go talk to other people to seek validation. Well, what if every one of those people talk them out of it? My wife came to me and said, I want to start a new business or get involved in another business. And I said, why? Why would you do that? That's not a passion of yours. You don't need to be getting involved in things that right? You got enough things to handle right here. And you know what she said? You're right. So not that I talked her out of it, but I didn't persist her to be in it. So what's going to happen is people get interested. It's cotton candy. Then they go talk to people, seek validation. Well, what if you're not in control of those people that they're getting validation from? Also, they didn't know what the commitment was. So a lot of people say I'm in, and then they're like, well, what's the commitment level? Well, I didn't know it was going to be that much of a commitment. I didn't know I was going to have to do all of that, okay? What else? I want you to think of this. On a sales pipeline, it's got to be simple. It's got to be invaluable. It's got to be aligned. And it's got to be a priority. Jill Conrad said that in her book, Snap Selling. So I want you to think of a prospect as going back and forth between go and no. Go and no. I'm interested. I'm not interested. Catching me yesterday, I was interested. Caught me today, I'm not interested because something else got my attention, okay? What you're really competing versus is space. There's only so much space and bandwidth in my brain. And you're trying to sell me something, and somebody else is trying to sell me something, and somebody else is trying to sell me something. If it's not simple, and I can't understand it, I'm not buying. If it's not invaluable, that means I got to have it to advance, right? If it's not aligned with where I'm going, and if it's not a priority to me, then I'm going to sit on the fence. And when I sit on the fence, here's what you got to know. The stats tell us it takes 7 to 15 touches 80% of the time. That's why I wrote the book $1 Million Follow-Up and showed 7 great touches. And I believe Newton's law, an object at rest stays at rest unless acted on by an outside force. And let me give you one more reason they're sitting on the fence. They lied to you. They ain't really interested in your product and service. They just lied to you, man. Imagine that. In America, somebody lying to you. They talk to you. Right? It's like, oh, yeah, I'm interested. Man, they ain't interested at all, man. They lied to you. So these are all the reasons that a prospect sits on the fence. Cotton candy. They talked to other people who talked them out of it. They didn't know the commitment. It wasn't simple or aligned. They're vacillating back and forth. Okay? You lost their attention. I forgot one, Jack. They ain't got any money. Oh, yeah. They ain't got any money. So that because they don't have any money, they're not buying anything from you. But they told you they were interested, so they lied to you, right? You're watching Super Coach. Let me give you some kryptonite to get you out here because right now there's some prospects sitting on your fence and you ain't figured out why. And what you have not figured out is how to articulate how you can solve a problem for them better than anybody else. And here's what a good coach will do. A good coach will always find a kryptonite in your life. That's the one thing holding you back. You're only going one touch in the follow-up and therefore aren't committing to moving a prospect to a client. One touch, you're not even in the ball game. Okay, people follow up with me one time, they're not even in the ball game. They're not even on the same planet with me. They don't really want to earn my business. You got to stay in the game. Today we're talking how to challenge prospects to get off the fence. We come back in segment number 2. What does move a person off the fence? I'm going to show you how to challenge a prospect to get that money out of their pocket and into your pocket because guess what? You really do have something that could be incredibly valuable to that person. They just don't know it yet. Come on back, Super Coach. Hey there, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. You know, I believe everybody needs a good coach in life, but what if you could get coaching every day on any device, any hour of the day, interactive lessons with me, but what you're really buying is a system, the Monster Growth System. You see, we believe a monster producer is a legendary creature that combines multiple skill sets to dominate a market. And one of the most popular programs I've ever created is called Monster Producer. But what if you live in other parts of the country? How do you get coached by me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year? The Monster Producer modules, which is 3 years of coaching plus a mega monster level. How to position, how to sell, how to follow up, how to create an experience that drives referrals. In this Monster Growth platform is all of my biggest coaching programs: Monster Attraction, Monster Selling, Monster Managers, Monster Operations. We've even got Monster Faith, Raising a Monster, Living with a Monster. All of my best coaching is in here. Over 400 coaching programs just for you to get anytime, anywhere, any device. And if you want the energy, the insight, the coaching that I give everybody all over the world, the Monster Growth platform is for you. You can get Monster Producer today. Just click on the link, give us your information, and let's get this thing started, because I want to help you become a legendary creature. If you're interested in more time, more energy, more money, more freedom, more structure, more confidence, you know a good coach can squeeze that potential out of you. Go to monsterproducer.com and let's get you signed up today. Welcome back, Super Coach. Shout out to everybody out there, tunes in every single day. When are you going to step into your greatness, man? Where do you go when you make a decision to become great? You go to the Greatness Factory, where we manufacture greatness in the body, in the mind, in the heart, and the spirit. Right, Michael Creaky, Barry Burt, Shay Horseman, Dominique Gill. Look at all the people out there who want to be great today. There's not a person in the world that hasn't been in a sales cycle where another person showed interest in their product or service. You had a lot of conviction that it could change another person's life. You knew if they just got in there and tried it out and tested it out and they showed interest, but they're sitting on the fence. Well, in the first segment, I showed you why they're sitting on the fence. They're getting feedback from other people. They don't have the money. They lied about something, right? They didn't know the commitment level that was going to be engaged with it, so they won't step across the line. It was cotton candy. They were initially interested. Those are all the reasons a person sits on the fence. A lot of people get talked out of things because, and as soon as they hear a little bit of resistance from another person, then they just kind of fold and quit. Well, it's your job as a professional salesperson. It's my job to constantly sell it, resell it. Not only sell you to commit, sell you to recommit, sell you to come back. So I tell my team, don't stop selling. Stop selling. Keep selling our value. Keep selling what we bring to the table. Keep selling why people need us in their life, because it's got to be a consistent. So what does make a prospect move? What makes a prospect get off the fence, okay? So here's a couple strategies that I use. Number one, I take a person back to the original attraction. I say, Jack, do you remember when you and I sat out that day at the Mexican restaurant and you told me that you wanted to take your filming business to a much higher level, and you told me that your wife wanted to take her business to be profitable in the first year? Do you remember telling me that, Jack? Oh, of course you do, right? Well, I can't help you, Jack, until what? Until you commit. I can't help you because I've been able to do it with a lot of other people just like you. I've been able to grow people's business by 40 or 50%. Shoot, we're on a trajectory of 100% growth year over year. And I'm going to teach you what I'm using myself is we're going to grow our business 100% this year. Not 10% or 15%. My average rate of return is about 43% with the people I'm coaching. So I can't do that for you, Jack, until you commit. Okay, you got to step across the line. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the prospect back to the original attraction. Remember when you saw me speak? Remember how that made you feel? Remember when you were in a room with other monster producers or like-minded people? Imagine getting that every 30 days. Imagine having that feeling more than just every now and then, because we can provide that for you. Right, Brian Brown? And so when we're thinking about this, what I do when a person's sitting on the fence is I take them back to the very problem they had in the beginning. You told me you wanted this, right? I also go back and articulate what their problem is. and how we can solve that problem for them better than anybody else. My experiences by coaching thousands of people have taught me that there are 3 big problems or 4 big problems. This, and this. I've looked at your business and you got all 4 of them, right? If we could just fill those missing structures, then how fast would you accelerate your business? So what I try to do, and the follow-up is about me coming back to you and articulating how I can solve this problem better than you. Remember, an object at rest stays at rest unless acted on by an outside force. You are the outside force. You're competing for time. You're competing for energy. That's what you're competing for. Okay, third thing I do is I focus on outcomes. Well, I get a little soft objection. Well, it's going to cost a lot of money. You focus on the wrong number, man. We're talking about, we don't need to talk about $399,000 if we can't talk about $399. Okay, if you paid $5,000 a year and you made back $150, would that be a good investment for you? If you paid $5,000, you made back $50 back. Like we've got an investment in the mountains, where we put $42,000 down, right? We put $42,000 down, and we made $17,000 back, and my wife was disappointed. She's like, man, it just don't seem like a lot of money. And I said, baby, we invested 42 of our own cash. We bought a cabin. In year 1, we made 17. What was that, 80% return? You can't get 80% in the market anywhere. You got to put this in perspective. So I try to focus people on the right number. You're focused on the wrong number. $399 is nothing compared to what you're going to make. See, you got to change it, okay? And then I focus on the outcomes, but then I actually use the explanation of services back with them. Hey, you and I believe the same things. Okay, you told me what you want. I brought it to you on a silver platter. Okay, I've showed you exactly how we do this. I'll show you how we do it for all these other people that we work with. I've showed you how we do it different. Have you seen enough to make a decision today? Okay, out of everything we said, what piqued your interest the most? So when I'm coming back at you, number 1, I'm going to go the 7 touches, because that's what the stats tell me. I'm going to bump, nudge, invite, clue. I'm going to do everything I can in my arsenal to push you to a buying decision to get you to think. Hey, I'll be in Dallas this Thursday night. I got to have a discussion with you about 2 things that you told me were a big missing structure for you. If I were a broker of a real estate firm or mortgage, I would want to know that my people work in a consistent selling system. They had a disciplined follow-up. We weren't leaving money on the table. You see, I'm attacking that problem. Okay? So I'm going to use my explanation of service. Here's what I believe. Here's why I believe it. Here's what it is we do. Here's how we do it different. Here's everybody we're doing it for. We could be doing this for you if we could just get started, right? And then they're going to say, well, call me back 6 months from now. Look, we've lost 6 months of momentum. Momentum is just energy headed in one direction and another, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm showing you what makes a person move. Number 1, you got to get their attention. You got to make them stop and think. You got to articulate how you can solve the problem, and you got to create a sense of urgency in these people. You got to say, look, we are losing momentum. Tyler Asher, Matt Sargent, we're losing momentum right here. Every day we don't take action, we're losing momentum. You got to recommit and keep going. Let me give you some kryptonite. Then I got one more segment for you. And I'm going to show you 5 closes that I use on how to get a prospect off the fence. Here's your kryptonite. How you follow up with prospect does not inspire action. Never say, do you have any questions? I was just thinking about you. Woke up thinking about you. Was dreaming about you. Had you on my mind today. You're on my list of people to call back. No. You say, hey, I brought you exactly what you wanted. Have you seen enough to make a decision? Hey, I just worked with somebody just like you through association. I could be getting your group to a much higher level, but I can't get you off the fence. I can't help you until you commit, right? You push. You make them stop and think, and you make them feel like they're missing something and losing something if they don't take action. And that's some people's kryptonite. You're watching Super Coach. I'm Coach Michael Burt. I'm gonna show you 5 closes that I use when I get back in segment number 3. Hey, this is Coach Michael Burt, and have you ever been to a retreat where you got to get away from the pressure of the world and just talk business, talk ideas, but also mix business with pleasure? You see, a few weeks ago, I spent time in Seaside, Florida with some of my good friends, and man, I had so many breakthroughs. I was able to reimagine my business, and I said, I have got to create a way for people to come together and go on a retreat with me. So we've developed the Super Retreat with the Super Coach, September 23rd through the 26th, or September 27th through the 30th. Seaside, Florida, 4 days with me and other like-minded people. We'll mastermind in the morning, we'll spend time by the pool drinking margaritas and having fun in the afternoon and going to dinner with each other at night. $2,500 investment, that includes your lodging and the mastermind and your lunches. And then we spend the rest of the time working on your business. Now here's the deal, I can only take 10 people at each of these nice big houses. Everybody gets their own bedroom. That $2,500 includes 2 people. If you like to bring a friend or your spouse, come to Seaside with me in September and go on the Super Retreat with the Super Coach. And I promise you, you'll have the big ideas you needed and the refreshment you needed to finish the year strong. Welcome back, Super Coach. Every Monday, typically every Tuesday, 4 p.m., but I'm going on the road, Knoxville, Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's where I'm coming tomorrow, 9 to 10:30. Monster Producer, it's Eastern Standard Time if you're going to be with me. Bring a friend. Bring a friend. Let them audit the program one time. If they don't like it, they can never move on, and I'll never talk to them again the rest of their life, if that's what they want. But if we can get them in the room, if they can sense the energy of people around them, if they can really get up and get going, then we're going to be in a good shape. Then I'm going to Chattanooga tomorrow, 1:30 to 3 p.m. for Monster Producer. We'll shout out to everybody out there. And if you're not coming with me to Seaside, I was just down there this weekend looking at some real estate for these retreats with my buddy Scott Nagy. That is September 23rd through the 26th. I only got room for 1 or 2 people. That's it. If you haven't committed, you got to get in. We're going to mastermind in the mornings, pools in the afternoon, dinner at night. Then we're going to mix it up again and go 27th through the 30th. I only got 2 slots in both places. So I got to get you to get in. Email info@coachburt.com. We got to get you down payments. $2,500 includes all that stuff. And I want you in there. I'll tell you who's going to be down there with me is the big kahuna, Shane Ray. Aloha. Just call aloha.com. This guy's taking something very boring and making it very interesting. He's involved in all of our coaching programs. How many people do you know that are doing that in the heating and cooling business? There's a few, but he's one of the top ones, Big Kahuna. Just call aloha.com, and trust me, guy's blowing up every single week. He's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and he's getting all kinds of new clients. So just call aloha.com. That's my man, Shane Ray, official sponsor of the Coach Michael Burt Show. Now, what are we talking today? We're talking about how to get a prospect off the fence. What you're selling is conviction. What you're selling is a solution to a problem. What you're selling is that they'll be in a better place when they're finished with you. What you're selling is an intangible: trust, chemistry, likability, knowledge, skills, desire, confidence, connectivity. That's what you're selling. So let me give you five things that I say to close a person in the pipeline. Number 1, I ask this. When I get it to touch number 7, I say this: have you noticed how hard I worked to earn your business? Has anybody else worked this hard? They're going to say, nah, they hadn't even called me back. I know other coaching companies won't even call somebody back. Have you noticed how hard we've worked to earn your business? What's stopping you from taking action? That's the one close, the hard work close. I also use the momentum close. I believe momentum is just energy headed in one direction or another, right? I believe we lose 10 or more % of momentum every day we don't act. By you not taking action, I can't help you until you commit. Okay, you're not giving up on me, you're giving up on you. I can't help you until you commit. Number 3, I use the association close. Hey, did you know that I'm working with this company and we're getting ridiculous results, and we could be getting this result for you, but I can't help you until we take action. That's the association close. I'm working with this person and this person and this person. Could be working with you, but I can't get you off the fence, right? Look at the results we're getting for them. Number 4, I use the EOS close, the explanation of service close. Hey, you and I believe the same things. And I believe people that believe the same things should be doing business with each other. I've showed you what we do. I've showed you how we do it different. Tell me why you haven't seen enough to take action. And number 5, I use the challenge close. Look, you and I can be here. We can have this conversation today, or we can have it 6 months from now. But nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change. And when they give me an objection or excuse, I challenge them. So when people say all or everybody or this, call them on it. What does all mean? How many people are you really talking about? Well, I've used coaches in the past and it didn't work. What specifically did you not like about the coach? Okay? Because I've used a lot of things in the past that didn't work until I found the right one. Here's what I believe. I believe when we know better, we do better. And now that you know better, you can do better, right? So what I do is I challenge the prospect versus let them control the scenario. We had one come in today, and the guy said, hey, it's a real busy week. It's not a good time to follow up with me. Follow back up next week. Here's the deal. Coach Burt's booking into 2018. We can either get it on the schedule now, we're not getting it on at all. We're going to offer you something. Coach will come speak at a lower reduced fee to get in front of your people, but there's only 1 or 2 dates available. And so take control there. Take control of the scenario. So let's do a recap, guys. Everybody that's out there watching the show, shout out Tracy Hilder. Share. Kyle Hendricks, thank you. Monday with the Super Coach, Anthony Capullo, Thomas Love, the EOS King. Here's what I would tell you guys. If you're going to get prospects off the fence, you got to understand this. Some will, some won't, so what? Some people are going to say yes, some people are going to say no. Who cares? You're just trying to push people through a pipeline, and they're sitting on the fence for a reason. They're uncomfortable. They don't have the money. You haven't explained your value. You haven't built enough credibility, or you hadn't said, look, this is how we can solve the problem better than anybody else on the planet. And I'm going to challenge your assumptions. You cannot see the picture when you're inside the frame. You see, you can keep moving along in a static state if you want to, or we can help you become dynamic. We can help push you. Now, they don't want the product or service. They don't want the product or service. Lots of people try to sell me products or services I don't want. I'm not interested in that product. I'm not interested in that service. And you could come back at me all day long. I'm not sitting on the fence. That's different than saying I don't want it. I'm on the fence about certain things because you hadn't convinced me yet. You haven't sold me yet on why you need to take action, okay? And because of that, I'm not moving. You got to come in there with something better than what you've been bringing. Let me give you some kryptonite. Kryptonite is this, guys. You get stuck in the friend zone. Woo! How many guys out there got stuck in the friend zone and can't get a person off the fence? You get stuck in the friend zone with your prospects where they like you, but they ain't buying you from you. That's going to be a show one day. You're stuck in the friend zone. I like you. I go to dinner with you. I spend time with you, but guess what I ain't doing? I ain't buying anything from you. And you know why? You have poorly positioned yourself as a friend versus as an expert. All right, let me give you a few things to take action on today. If you notice during the commercials, and we're going to end the show with a new commercial about the Monster Growth System, we have transition our Total Growth Academy online to the Monster Producer Growth System, an online system. Man, it's got all kinds of stuff. We're going to be promoting that. You can go ahead and get that today as we make this transition. Go to TotalGrowthAcademy.com or go to MonsterProducer.com. If you're not a Monster Producer, why not? Why are you not in there if we're showing growth? We're going to grow our business 100%. We're helping people grow at 40%. Why are you not in Monster Producer? I'm challenging you right now, right? And the third one is, why have you not taken action on this seaside retreat, man? Get down there with me. Get in a relaxed state. Let's get a few margaritas in you. And then let's loosen up and have some fun and talk some business, right? September 23rd through the 27th. 23rd through the 26th or 27th through the 30th. All you got to do is email info@coachburt.com. I hope you're doing great. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. Good coach is going to keep you in a very dynamic state. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Let's have a killer week, everybody. Hey there, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. I believe everybody needs a good coach in life, but what if you could get coaching every day on any device, any hour of the day, interactive lessons with me, but what you're really buying is a system, the Monster Growth System. You see, we believe a Monster Producer is a legendary creature that combines multiple skill sets to dominate a market. And one of the most popular programs I've ever created is called Monster Producer. But what if you live in other parts of the country? How do you get coached by me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year? The Monster Producer modules, which is 3 years of coaching plus a mega monster level. How to position, how to sell, how to follow up, how to create an experience that drives referrals. In this Monster Growth platform is all of my biggest coaching programs: Monster Attraction, Monster Selling, Monster Managers, Monster Operations. We've even got Monster Faith, Raising a Monster, Living with a Monster. All of my best coaching is in here. Over 400 coaching programs just for you to get anytime, anywhere, any device. And if you want the energy, the insight, the coaching that I give everybody all over the world, the Monster Growth platform is for you. You can get Monster Producer today. Just click on the link, give us your information, and let's get this thing started, because I want to help you become a legendary creature. If you're interested in more time, more energy, more money, more freedom, more structure, more confidence, you know a good coach can squeeze that potential out of you. Go to monsterproducer.com and let's get you signed up today.